3, 2, 1.
Today, we introduce 3 very popular series that you must watch. The score of each of these series is 9. Number 1. Hannibal series. The Hannibal series aired on NBC in 2013. This series has been aired in 3 seasons with 13 episodes, and each episode is 43 minutes long. But these are only basic information about the series. If I want to say in general, we are facing very sick and incredibly beautiful series. A series that is not afraid of showing violence. The amount of violence that is really crazy for the medium of television. So, you probably noticed at the very beginning of the next that you are dealing with a very violent series containing scenes of murder, amputation, etc. Let's start with the story part. Hannibal is neither strong nor weak when it comes to characterization. Check the characters in turn. The character of Will Graham, who is the main character of the story in season 1 and 2. Will Graham is shown to the audience as a very intelligent person with a strong imagination who also has mental problems. The positive point about the characterization of Will Graham character is that his companion the audience with his illusion and thought, and the audience become completely involved in this character and identifies with him. This identity enhanced thanks to the character of Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter is a poisonous and dangerous supporting role for Will Graham, and this is our identification with Will's character in the way that in one scene, Hannibal tears Will Graham's stomach with a knife, as if our stomachs are going to be torn. And like Will Graham's character, as much as we want to kill Hannibal and cause him trouble, we need to see him and become his partner. Yes, we have a bad character, a very good and funny couple that make you follow the whole series for them. Number 2. The Office series is not only the best sitcom series that you can watch, but also the most different and distinctive comedy series in the history of television. A stunning and lovely title that does not seem boring to watch several times. Usually, remaking TV series does not bring interesting result. It doesn't matter if this remake is in the context of a new season with the same old actors, or if it is called a modern adaptation of an old story. In any case, it seems a bit difficult to repeat the success of a TV series, but The Office appears to be an overly successful remake. This series was so successful that it was finally able to be adapted above the title. BBC thought The Office was a hit, but it didn't become one of those long-running sitcoms. The series ended its run after only 12 episodes and was never renewed except for 2 special New Year's episodes and 1 special episode released in 2013. However, Ricky Gervais' original idea was picked up a year later and miles away from BBC Two. Number 3. Game of Thrones is an American epic fantasy television series. This series is based on the best-selling series of fantasy story by George R.R. Martin, A Song of Ice and Fire. The first book of this series is called Game of Thrones. The series was filmed in Paintal, Belfast, as well as in Malta, Croatia, Iceland, and Morocco. The first episode of the 8th and last season of this series, including 6 episodes, was aired on April 14, 2019. The story of the series takes place in the fictional continents of Westeros and Essos near the end of a 10-year summer and follows several storylines. The first story concerns the war between noble families to obtain the Iron Throne of the Kingdom of the Seven Realms. The second storyline describes the approach of a long winter and the attack of mythical creatures from the north. And the third storyline is the attempt of the deposed king children to reclaim the throne. The series revolves around issues such as social class, religion, loyalty, corruption, civil war, and punishment through characters with ambiguous morals.